All right, guys, Monday morning, day 13, pretty dang close to finishing this truck up. The guys have been killing it time-wise. I mean, it's been 2 weeks, and the goal today is to drive this truck out of the shop today. So, pretty amazing. The timing of the whole build, the guys have absolutely killed it. We took yesterday off, and everybody got a little bit of sleep. I even went and got a haircut. I've got this chick I'm sleeping with that cuts my hair, and my wife hates it when I talk about her like that, but yeah, feeling good today. Feeling good on Monday. Truck looks good. So we've got to finish wiring for the headlights and tail lights, and then we've got to do a lot of loose ends. We've got just install the airbags, shocks, all the way around, and we've got to put the tank straps on the fuel tanks and run the fuel lines from the engine to the tanks. And I've got to finish those cab lights. But dang, we are getting so close. It is awesome. Just coming together. The whole truck is coming together, and it looks great. We got the door open right here. You can kind of see that pretty brown. I think it's gonna look awesome. So we've got to get the fifth wheel put on today, and shoot, hopefully after that we go for a test drive, huh? So lots to do today. Probably gonna be a long day, but the truck is looking killer. We've got some loose ends to tie up, but that's the goal today. If we can get it ready to drive today, we've got to get it down to Safford. Roger's gonna put the carpet in the cab and sleeper. So we get the carpet in it, put seats in it, man, be ready to go trucking. So see what all we can get done today. All right, guys, Tayden just did something pretty dang cool that I feel like everybody should see. And especially if you're gonna run an old truck, you want this to work. We actually have the key, and it'll start with a key. Just fires right up. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. If we ain't close now, we ain't never getting close. So that's a big deal. Pretty awesome, seeing as that motor was never mounted in this truck. That's the first time that thing's ever been started up with a key, that engine, this truck. All right, we're not done for the day yet, but just wrapping up a few things. We have been working mostly on wiring today. Tayden and Trevin have spent a ton of time on wiring, and this truck is almost legal at this point in time, which is a pretty big deal. But we've got headlights, we've got cab lights, we've got clearance lights, we have blinkers. That's if Trevin doesn't break it right now.
Trying to get it finished up.
Looks nice and clean too.
Not bad.
You gonna leave those tools in there?
Yeah.
Figured. No, this is awesome. This is the funnest part. The truck looks killer. It's functioning. We've got lights. We've got to wire in our watermelons that we put under our bumper still. Got to wire in our mirror watermelons. And I'm going to be working on these tank straps right here. I got the other side done. Andrew finished all the airbags, which kind of a pain in the butt. You had to measure everything out and drill holes in the bottom of the frame. But he got that taken care of. It's got airbags, everything's plumbed. Put new shocks on it. Looks killer though. This truck will build its own air, it'll hold its own air. Tayden is working on the tail lights as we speak. Once we get those tail lights on, Trevin built the mud flap on the back, and we put the same mud flaps on the back of the hood, which we still need to get our chrome weights put on them. Also put it up here. And all that's just stall mat. Some people call it stall mat, some people call it cow mat or horse mat. Trevin, what do you call it?
I just call it cow mat. Keep the mud off stuff.
Cow mat. I don't know. But this stuff, we just get it. This stuff comes from Cow Ranch. I don't know if there's Cow Ranch everywhere, but Cow Ranch. Tractor Supply also sells some. The problem with the Tractor Supply stuff is it used to be nice and flat. Like if you look, this stuff is real flat. It's heavy duty. But the Tractor Supply stuff used to be that way, and they started putting these funny ribs in it. And I just don't like the look of the ribs that they put on their stall mat or cow mat. So we go to Cow Ranch now, and that's where we get all of that stuff. Tayden, how's the taillight wiring going?
That's coming good.
Coming good?
Yeah, get it all figured out. Trying to figure out what all these yellow wires do.
Extra wires? Dude, who needs them? When we build a truck, we really try hard to save as much of the original stuff, like plugs and stuff. So before we go just chopping a truck, if you ever buy a cutoff at like a salvage yard, you'll notice they can take a torch to the side, and whatever they cut through, wires, air hoses, everything, they just cut it up. When we take a truck apart, we try to find the plugs. We disassemble all the plugs so that we can reuse the plugs. And that's exactly what we did here. Kenworth had their own plugs, which Tayden's plugged into now, which they have some different looking plugs. But anyway, we were able to use that and the old harness, plug into the existing harness, and then just wire into our rear cutoff and the wiring that came with the suspension on the rear cutoff. So if you save a lot of that stuff, it helps give you a really clean diagram. So anyway, we're getting really close. We're getting really antsy to go for a test ride. But yeah, before we go home tonight, we'll get another walk around of everything. Maybe we'll get a shot of it with the lights on. We'll see how far we get, but we got a couple more hours to get some stuff done, and then yeah, hopefully by tomorrow road testing it. All right, guys, end of the day, we're ready to go home. We're tired, it's late. Dang close to driving this thing. If everything goes well, we'll drive it tomorrow. The wiring, we have lights, we have blinkers, we have brake lights. We got a ton done today. The fuel tanks are installed, tank straps. We've got, yeah, everything's hooked up and ready to roll. We just got all new lug nuts for the wheels, so we'll bolt those on in the morning. And yeah, this dang truck's not lacking a whole bunch. We are trying to get it over to Roger to get the carpet put in it on Wednesday. And man, drive it out to the show Thursday or Friday. That was a quick turnaround, but man, it's been a wild 2 weeks, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's been fun watching this truck change from what it was when we picked it up to what it is now. It's got a killer stance to it, and we won't be all the way done with it, but to drive it to the show will be pretty big. I've honestly never had a truck that I finished. I feel like, especially with old trucks, you drive them for a little while, you do a little more work. You drive them for a little while, do a little more work on them. You're always working on them, you're always adding lights, they're just never done, they're never finished. But we've got a handful of things we're gonna wanna do to this even after the show that we don't have time to get to right now. But the motor's strong, tons of new parts on it. It should be a sweet truck. It should run really good. So pretty happy with the way it's all turned out so far, happy with the progress we made today. Tomorrow, I think the only thing we really lack, we've got to get, just run our manifolds for our air ride airbags on the front. We got to run that manifold and plumb it into the dash and plumb it into the air. We did find a pinhole in one of the air tanks, so we're gonna have to change that tomorrow. But we did have another one, so we got that to do, and then a bunch of little stuff. We still need to wire these lights down here, the ones on the mirrors, and you know, the little stuff might beat us to death all day tomorrow. I don't know, but it's getting really close. I can't wait to get it to carpet, put the seats in it, and we're gonna go drive the heck out of it. So pretty dang fun. Truck's looking good. And yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll get some good footage of it outside. Dude, you told me you were at a stopping point. You're taking that off.